Hi everyone, this is Mike with a brief video about getting started in Blackboard and in MyOpenMath. We're here in Blackboard and you'll see somewhere on your main Blackboard screen you should see our course Math 180-475, and so if you click on that link it will take you to our Blackboard course page, which should look something like this, where on the left-hand side you'll see this menu of options, and I want to run through some of the things that you'll find in this menu and then take you through some important things to know about MyOpenMath. So if you go to the Start Here link in the menu, you'll see a brief message about the course with the course description. Here's a link, actually an embedded video that I recorded to welcome everybody to the class and give you some information about how the class is structured. This is a note about Blackboard primarily being useful for virtual office hours. Most of the activity you will be doing for this class will be housed in MyOpenMath rather than in Blackboard. So you will generally not be using Blackboard for this class, but one place where it will be useful is if you want to connect with me virtually for office hours. And so there's a little note about how to do that. The main thing is you should contact me in advance. We'll set up a time, and then I'll show you what that virtual office hours interface looks like. Here's some information about getting started in MyOpenMath. You'll need the course ID right here and the enrollment key, which is right here. Those are both pieces of information you'll need in order to register for our course materials. And then a few other college policies related to netiquette and technology requirements. So that's in the Start Here menu. Next is the announcements page. At the moment there are no announcements, but in the first week or so I will send messages via email to you using this announcements page, and so those announcements will appear here on the screen. At this link called My Instructor, you'll find some information about me, some basic contact information. There's a link here to an active document that maintains my current office hours, but those are also listed right here. Some basic information about me and my background, and then some links to email me and again to meet me in the virtual office hours. So that's actually where I want to go next. If you click on that link down below or this link on the left side of the course menu, it will take you to this page. And if you want to meet with me virtually in Blackboard, this is how we'll do it. So this takes you to a page called Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. And in this page, you're going to go over to the far right where these three little dots are, and then you'll click on Join Course Room. And then it will take you to the Collaborate Ultra course room. First, we're going to join from a browser. That's the easiest way to go. And then you'll see this operates a lot like Skype. You can see the room right now is empty. You can turn on a microphone or a webcam. There are options for a whiteboard that we can use. I can copy my screen and show you things that I'm drawing on my screen when we're talking in the office hours. So all the tools that we might want to have during office hours, if we were meeting in person, we can do here in Blackboard Collaborate. So I hope you will take advantage of this option. And then let me see, I'm going to exit here. So if you take advantage of this option, this is a really, really useful tool for us, especially if you have challenges sometimes getting to campus or would just prefer to meet with me virtually. This is a link in the menu here. We'll go back to the Blackboard menu. This link will take you to the syllabus, which is just a web document. You can also print it out if you prefer. And then this link, once you're registered in MyOpenMath, this will take you to a MyOpenMath calendar, which lists all the important due dates of all the assignments, activities, and exams. Also in Blackboard, you can check your grades, and there are many course tools, sending emails to classmates, various other things that you can get through there. The second portion of this video I really want to concentrate on MyOpenMath, and so in the MyOpenMath link here in the Blackboard course menu, there's a link to log in, which I'll take you to in just a minute. And then in this folder here, some information about getting registered. So again, here's the course ID information and the enrollment key, which you'll need. And then this video, which will appear there. And then if there's this video doesn't clarify everything for you, but you'd like to get some more information, here's another video that I've posted that is from another college that might be useful. And then for those of you that have accessibility questions related to MyOpenMath, this link will take you there. So let's go to the MyOpenMath page, and when you click on this link up at the top, it will take you to this page, and this is what the MyOpenMath site looks like. And if you are registering for the first time, pretty simply you just need to go to register as a new student, and it will ask you for a series of information, your first name, your last name, email address, things like that. And then here's where that course ID and enrollment key information come into play. You'll get to choose your own username, of course, and the email address, I would recommend using an address that you check regularly. If that is your STLCC address, that's great. But if you prefer a different address, this is a good place for that, because I will be communicating to you through MyOpenMath and using the email address that you post here. So let's go back to the MyOpenMath page. When you first log into MyOpenMath, you will see a page that looks like this, and the courses that you're registered for will be here on the left-hand side of the screen. This is our course, Math 180 475. So when you click on this, you will see a page that looks just like this, and this is the basic structure of our course. You can see all the units here are present, although in just a second I'll show you that some of the contents of these units aren't available just yet, but they will become available as the semester progresses. Here in the Start Here menu is again a repeat of a lot of the things that I already mentioned in the Blackboard site. So here's a link to the welcome video, to the syllabus document, and to that active office hours document that I mentioned to you before. This is a look at a portion of our calendar. You can toggle to just a list of all the events, or you can toggle back to the calendar view. You can also show more weeks if you prefer, or you can show fewer weeks in the calendar. This will give you a basic overview of what you should be doing on a regular basis in the class. If you click on one of the dates in the calendar, it will show you a little bit more specific information, particularly about when things are due, and it will give you a link to that item. So if you want to go to the textbook link related to descriptive statistics, that's right here. Generally, I do not recommend navigating through the course using the calendar, and I'll tell you why in just a few minutes, but the calendar can be a handy tool for remembering when things are due and when I'm recommending that you should be working on those things. Here are a few links to textbooks that we'll be using. Remember, the textbooks, everything in the course is available to you freely online. There are also course tools that are available to us that we're going to be using. We're primarily going to be using spreadsheets as our tools. We may on occasion use this tool Desmos and this box plot tool, but all of these things are free, and you don't need to set up an account, although in some cases you can. And then activity 1, which I mentioned in the welcome video, and which is the first thing due. You can see that it's due on Sunday, January 27th at 11:59 p.m. This is a description of how to handle activity number 1. This is the reason actually why I recommend not navigating to the course tasks using the calendar, because if you go to Sunday, January 27th, you'll see that activity number 1 is due, and if you click on activity number 1, you'll just get a page where you can add a new thread, but there are no directions to the activity. And so if you want to see the directions to the activity actually are housed in the Start Here block. So if you go back to the Start Here block, you can see those are the directions to activity number 1. So most of your navigating should probably be taking place in these blocks, in this block structure. So you can see that this block with an arrow can be expanded or it can be collapsed when you toggle that switch back and forth. And so, for example, in Unit 1, I can expand Unit 1 and I can see all of the sections and various things that are taking place in Unit 1. So if I want to learn more about data collection, or if I want to work on activity number 2, I can click on that and I'll get more information. Again, if you use the calendar feature, it will take you directly to the place where you post your response. It will not necessarily show you all of the directions that you might want to use. Just a couple more things that I want to show you in the MyOpenMath platform. So again, I mentioned that these units, these later units, although you can see them, there's nothing in them at the moment, but the contents of each unit will become available as the semester and the course progresses. I do want to show you just one quick thing, couple quick things about every particular section will give you video lessons that you can watch that I recommend strongly that you watch. Textbook links that will take you to various portions of the textbook related to this topic, to technology, and also the assignment that's related to that particular topic. You'll also notice at the top of this section is another folder which is called Optional Review Resources. Those things are completely optional, so treat them that way. If you want to work on them, you can, but they are not necessary. If you go to assignment number 1, you can see there that the deadline for that assignment is Sunday, February 3rd. And I just want to mention a couple of quick things about working on the assignments. So in the assignments, you'll see there's 25 questions in this assignment. They're usually not this long, but they're usually between 15 and 20 questions, I would say. And it's fairly self-explanatory. This first assignment will give you a chance to practice that. So some of them are multiple choice. So is this a parameter or a statistic? I'm just going to pick one at random and press submit. And you can see that was incorrect. So I can choose another one and press submit. And you can see I get the green check mark and I get credit for that particular item. If I answer a question 3 times in a row incorrectly, it will tell me the correct answer. And then I can choose this button which says try another similar question. And you notice I've got credit for that question here on the left-hand side, and I can practice this as many times as I like, and that credit will remain there for as long as I'm working in the course. Not all questions are multiple choice, so if I go to, say, question number 17, many of the questions are numerical, and I'll have to answer a question that way. In some cases, there will be videos available, but not in all cases. So please note that if you want to get help, the best place to start is to use the textbook and video lessons resources that are available in each block. And again, in each block, in Unit 1, for example, in the data collection section, you can find video links, textbook links, and technology links showing you how to handle anything you might encounter in assignment number 1. So with that, I think that is a fairly solid introduction to MyOpenMath. Of course, if you have questions or concerns as you get started in the course, please let me know. Good luck!